All right, what is going on, guys? We have a trade recap. It's a winning day because I had two wins on an eval, one loss on my XFA. Unfortunately, the loss had to be on the XFA, but nonetheless, it's a green day. So, yeah, I'll show you guys what I was seeing here. So, news obviously pushed price. By the way, just for fun, at 8:30, I bought right here. I bought like right here on my paper account, like literally just for fun, just so I could like have like a clip or like a screen recording of like catching a crazy news candle like this. Um, so I don't. It doesn't really matter. Obviously, I just wanted to say that. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I was like showing my friends in class, and they're like, "What? You're up $8,000?" And like they have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. They don't know it's paper, what all that stuff. But anyway, once that NFP news came out bullish, I saw this unfilled daily fair value gap as a potential draw on liquidity. It is also a 4 hour high here. So very, very strong draw on liquidity here. Once price pushed past this previous day's high here, we got a nice strong candle above it at like 10 a.m. It made me confident that we were going to draw towards the overall unfilled daily fair value gap. So the first trade that I took was right here. We had this bullish 5 minute. We came down. I thought we were going to inverse it, but we ended up creating a huge wick. So it's a very, very good bullish reaction that we had. Following that, we have this 3 minute, like, or this 3 minute inversion right here. I was going to enter off the 3 minute inversion, like it was like here, but I ended up trading all the way up here. And that's like, I don't know, too high. And it was also like right next to my break even point. So it wasn't a good entry. I waited. Price ended up actually breaking structure right here. If it swept it, I wouldn't have probably taken this, but I ended up breaking past it and then retracing and rebalancing to this 3 minute. And this is where I took my trade. I took it when we filled it. I got an entry around like here. Stops were like right. Let me see. Yeah, like right here. And then of course take profit at the unfilled daily fair value gap. And you can see I was gonna go break even like here. Uh, I was gonna go break even right here, which is crazy that this is actually a break even. This should have been a break even. Like, look at this, chop, chop, chop. Right, we get literally this is the awful chopping conditions here. Come down, wick out my stop loss by a couple ticks, completely reverse right to my break even. Get literally then 2 points, or wait, how many points is this? Whatever, like 5 points away from take profit, and then if I was still in the trade, it would have just came down, stopped me at a break even, and then ran to TP. So these conditions are just really bad, obviously. Um, but let's just say I never even went break even, and I just held this trade, but stops just a little bit lower. This trade would have won. It's annoying that I had to wick me out like that, when in reality, like this wick is just so pointless. Like, I don't know, man. It really a really annoying loss that I took on my XFA. So my XFA is now down like 0.5%, around there, like 0.6% right now. It's down, but I have a $200 day under my belt, so we only need four, which is good. And we go to Top Step. So yeah, this trade lost me $300. You can see here that's that's the maximum I'm willing to lose. I'm gonna raise that to 400 starting next week because I just think that with Top Step's payout rules, I need a bigger payout for me to actually be able to take the payout comfortably. So I'm just gonna be risking 400. It's pretty much the same. I'm just gonna risk $400 a trade. I'm not really too worried about it. But XFA is down 370. Um, Winning day here, unfortunate, and should have been a green day. Another unfortunate should have been green day, and then a losing day. This is legitimate. These two are bullshit because, again, like if you guys saw the trade recaps, so this one should have 100% been green, and this one should have 100% been green. If I did not have school, I would have been green both of these days. If you guys don't believe me, I don't give a shit, bro. I promise you guys. No, it's just like annoying that it has to be like this, but it is. But the Friday today was green day overall because we had, yeah, we reset it here. and then we had a $1,500 day. Um, and yeah, the reason it says down here that I took 18 trades is because I was really rushed because I saw this setup. I went over to my eval, entered in with 5 contracts. Realized I'll show you guys what the setup was, but I realized that 5 contracts wasn't enough. I had to keep adding a contract until it was like enough. So I was like spamming add one contract, add one contract until it got to like the right thing. So that's why I said a lot of trades, but it was only 2 legitimate trades. The second trade, I also had to do that actually. I also had to spam adding contracts until it got to the right contract size. But yeah, so this is the loss we took on the XFA. This is a good loss. This is a really good. I mean, this is great, right? This is a really beautiful continuation model. It would have been much better if I could have gotten the entry off of the 3 minute IPG. I think in the future I will, just because I simply just could have had the risk reward. I could have had this risk reward. It was good risk reward. I don't know why I didn't do this. I think it was because originally I was like, I calculated my risk for if it were to like inverse down here. So I like didn't even calculate this risk and it ended up running like the next candle. So I had no time to actually calculate my risk on this trade, which sucks. But yeah, this would have been break even because I would have been break even right here, um, and that would have saved me. So yeah, I guess I should just enter off that 3 minute inversion. But usually I do like to wait for a retrace, like a little bit of a rebalance, just to get a better fill. But it really did not give me anything that I wanted to do. Because this candle, I guess it retraced here, but the reason I didn't take it off of wait retraced. Oh yeah, it's because we had this like 1 minute right here, so it was getting close to it, but it never actually filled it. But it doesn't really matter. Lost this trade, lost $300. XFA is now locked out. Now coming later, it's like around 11:30 now. We still ready to take these highs. Pretty choppy market conditions, but we come down. We put in a this 15-minute bullish SMT here, and that to me is a good confirmation that we could potentially get something. So what happens after that? We get this 5 minute inversion, and this is where I take my trade. Right, this is my this isn't exactly my continuation model because it didn't retrace into a gap, but it retraced and created a bullish SMT, which in this case is pretty much has the same significance. So what I ended up doing here. So usually on evals, I try to be more aggressive with the trades. Like this is a good example. Like we didn't get the retrace into the gap, which is what I would have waited for on the XFA, but we retraced into and then created a bullish SMT with having a very good draw on liquidity. We get the 5 minute inversion. I take it off the 5 minute inversion, waiting for a little bit of a retrace. I got a good fill, and then I full closed right at these internal highs. I just did not want to play around, but I was risking like 650 on this trade because when I'm taking an eval, I try to just risk heavier. Um, so yeah, when I trade evals, I'm just overall a lot more aggressive with my entries and everything. I'm not always going to be taking like an AA plus setup. I'm okay with taking like decent setups. It doesn't have to be like insanely good. As long as it's a decent setup with okay conditions or whatever. But then we still have this unfilled daily for rally gap, and that's still my draw on liquidity. We come down and we fill the 5 minute, but then ended up inversing it. The reason I didn't care that I inversed it is simply because ES respected it very nicely. Where was it? Right here. ES did not inverse it and was just whipping it out very nicely. The only reason that it inversed it was just because of the timing on the candle. But you can see we immediately got a bullish reaction out of the actual 5 minute. So again, since it's an eval, I'm a little bit more okay with being a little bit more aggressive and taking a setup that isn't fully A plus. Like in this case, this is kind of not fully A plus because it inversed, but it has the right criteria. We ended up, and this is actually a really good. This is a really good trade. Like in my opinion, this is not bad. We ended up now getting this inversion. I waited. We also got this change in state of delivery. I waited for price to retrace into the change in state, and I completely bottom ticked right here. Stops here. Take profit at the unfilled daily. I gave it. I went. I what's it called? I like extendo clipped a little bit like this because I knew that since it's a rally gap, it's gonna want to get filled, not just like not just like swept fully. It's gonna probably want to get filled. So again, risk hunt like around 650 on this trade. That's why I made 1,500 on the eval. So the eval is almost being passed. I'll probably pass it next week, if not blow it. Because I'm just gonna try to be. I'm just gonna take aggressive trades. I'm not gonna gamble it. Obviously, I'm just gonna be more aggressive. So I'll try to pass that by next week. But if the market is shit, then I won't take anything, obviously, on anything. So yeah, I really like this continuation model. Really clean change in state. We retraced back into the change in state. I literally did bottom tick this trade. This was at 11. This was at like 12, so it's a little bit later for me. But I personally, as long as the setup's there, the timing doesn't matter too much to me. That's just what I backtested. But again, everyone has their own thoughts about that. But in my personal opinion, I backtest like any time as long as the setup is there. I backtested lunch. I backtested PM session. I backtested Asia session. I mean, I have data, so I know that these trades are fine as long as it's just really good, really good setup. But in the future, if I can fully trade the AM session, then there's no need to trade PM. If I can like fully trade it, but a lot of the time in school, I can't really trade AM session too much, so I end up sometimes trading PM or lunch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So end of the day, we lost 300 on the XFA, but won 1,500 on the eval. So ending the day up around $1,200. Um, so yeah, really really nice green day. It is annoying that of course I had to lose on the XFA, but I personally don't care. I don't really care, bro, because I mean I took a good trade on the XFA. I'm not mad about it. So I mean, yeah, I know that. I know that this week, I know that like truly the XFA should be a lot higher of an account balance. But school is school, man, and it doesn't. I can't do anything about it. I have to just find a way to wiggle my way around it. Like I know I'm blaming the losses on school. It's not that I'm blaming the losses. I'm blaming not the wins. I'm blaming the fact that I didn't win because there were two A+ setups on Wednesday and Thursday that I couldn't take because of school. That's why, and they're A+. They're beautiful. Like I would have 100% taken these trades. So that's what just makes me a little bit annoyed. But in my heart, I know that this XFA, these are all great days. In my heart, I know that. But these actually just should have been no trades, right? Because once I saw that I couldn't, once I got that FOMO from not being able to take those trades, I took worse setups on these days. So this should have been no trading day. But emotions and FOMO got to me and just killed me those 2 days, which is annoying. But that's just a part of trading. But it's also not because school isn't a part of trading. So if I was, if it was in the summer, green, 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 red. That's the reality. You guys don't have to blame me on that, but yeah, I have a very high win rate, so I know that. But yeah, Green Day, pretty satisfied just because I know. Also, if this account gets blown, which is not close to getting blown, I know that I can pass these evals pretty easily, just trading aggressively, taking B+A setups, whatever, just with high risk. I know I can pass evals pretty easily. So yeah, I don't think it's just worth. I don't think it's worth taking so much time on these evals. Like you're genuinely wasting your time. I mean, unless you're a beginner trader and you need the experience and just you have to get used to the whole like trading on the eval thing, then that's fine. Take your time. But if you're experienced and you've done this before, like I've passed an account legitimately twice, right, or one time pretty much back in the last summer. I went on like a 6-0 win streak and I passed this account legitimately. I wasn't, I wasn't like trading super aggressively. I was just trading it cautiously and with A+ setups. I passed it. Boom. So yeah, I know that I can pass evals. It's just at this point, I'm like over a year in. I just don't want to take too much time on evals. And I recommend that you do the same. I mean, it's all, everyone has their own preference, but I just think that taking like over 2 months on an eval is a little bit too much. I think it's a waste of time. Better to gain experience with the live account. You're going to gain a lot more experience. It does cost money to activate, but you're gonna gain a lot more experience based, because your emotions are going to be heightened and everything. So you're just going to become a better trader by trading this account rather than the eval, because there's less emotion here, more emotion here, meaning you're going to become a better trader while trading an XFA. That's my goal. My goal with this XFA is to just become a better trader here. So yeah. Anyways, enough yapping. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.